So let's go to Luke chapter 15. Okay. I'm always excited because whenever God gives a word, there's a reason for that word. And so sometimes we don't understand the reason behind it, and sometimes it may be a week, 2 weeks later before you actually get a chance to see exactly what God was trying to do. But I'm excited because this gives us opportunity to see the need for parties. And when we see the reasons for the party as we go throughout the rest of this month, when you see the reason that we're partying, then it should make you want to throw a party every single week. That's the way that this whole series is going. When we see the reason that the party is being thrown, we should be asking ourselves, why are there not more parties going on in this church? That's the whole idea. Because with the prodigal son, there was a reason to party. Somebody ended up getting right. And so a party was thrown to say, welcome back. Glad to have you. We're excited that you're getting your life together. And so if that was the reason for the party, then our question to ourselves is, why don't we have more parties? Why don't we have more people getting right so we have more reason to throw parties? We throw parties for everything else. But when somebody get right, well, they should have been that way in the first place. I told them 6 months ago not to go. I said, he ain't the one. Leave that girl alone. And so we're not coming to the party. And if we do, we'll have our nose turned up. And so we want to get to the point where we understand this has to be done. This person has to see the glorious praise come out of you when they return back to Christ. So over in Luke chapter 15, we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to move really slowly through this particular word, just to make sure we get a really good understanding of the foundation on what God is trying to tell us. So over in Luke chapter 15, verse 1 through 3, it says, by this time, a lot of men and women of doubtful reputation were hanging around Jesus. This is in the Message Bible, Luke 15, the 15th chapter, verse 1 through 3. Around this time, a lot of men and women of doubtful reputation were hanging around Jesus and listening intently. And so the first thing that we need to look at is that not everybody that is looking for God are the people that you think are looking for God. Because it says around this time, it was everybody that had doubtful reputations. The ones you look at and say, no, not that one.
Right.
They were crowded around Jesus and listening intently. So when you think about it, what it brings to my mindset is that our lifestyle, sometimes you are the only Jesus that people get a chance to see. And so when you get to a point where you are living your life out, whatever you do on a day-to-day basis, people that are not necessarily of good reputation are crowded around listening intently, not for you, because we like to talk too, but they're looking intently at you to see, do I see anything that looks like Jesus? Because here's the thing, he attracts individuals who need help. And so if you have his spirit in you, you should be attracting individuals who need help. We want all the popular folks around us. No, I don't fool with her, because she got this reputation that says this and this. I don't fool with him, because he got this and this. This one right here, she'll go over, and before you know it, she'll be trying to move in your house with your man, take your car. I don't fool with her. But if Jesus is in you, those are the kind of people he attracts. Those are the people, the one with doubtful reputations, that he's looking to say, what can you do to help change this person's life? So around this time, according to verse number 1, there were men and women of doubtful reputation that were hanging around him, and they were listening intently. They were listening to see, what is it that you are going to say that's going to move me? Because remember last week, they said they have a doubtful reputation. We talked last week with Elder Reeves. He was talking about doubt and how the enemy will begin to speak doubt. When God speaks purpose in your life, the enemy speaks doubt on the opposite end, and that you have to get to a point where you say, I don't speak doubt. It's a foreign language to me. And so they are saying to themselves, okay, so you don't understand who I am, Jesus. I got a real doubtful reputation. The folk around here, they don't like me very much. They don't talk to me. They don't come by my house. And so I'm hard. Because of the life I've had to live and the way people have treated me, I'm like this and I'm like this to stay. However, even in that state where I have a doubtful reputation, I'm not that good of a person, so to speak, I'm still listening intently, because even the doubtful person, the person that's had a hard life, they still want some help. They ain't going to show it to you, but they'll show it to Jesus. They'll show it to the Jesus in you, but they won't show it to you. Because every time I show my heart, my heartache, my pain to a person, they miss it over, they gossip about it, I see it on Facebook, all of that. So I'm not telling you. But they said, well, hold on, they were crowded around Jesus and listening. I want to hear what you got to say. Because my life ain't been no easy life. And so I want to know, can you change it? Because the rest of these folk I done had interaction with, they ain't done nothing for me. I've seen it, I've tried it, nothing's changed. So now we find them there, and this is the part where we talk about, y'all, it's party time. Because the Pharisees, the next verse says, the Pharisees and religious scholars were not pleased. These are the church folk that say, why are these homely, crazy, psycho folk hanging out with him? Why are the prostitutes and all of the liars and the backbiters and adulterers, the ones that's cussing and fussing, why are they all crowded? They don't like it. The fact that these people are listening intently to help. That makes no sense to me. We are supposed to be helped. But if we see somebody that we feel like don't deserve it, getting help, we got a problem with that. That's not the right attitude for us to have. So we find out here, it says that they were not pleased, not at all pleased. And they growled and said, he takes in sinners and eats meals with them. Now I want you to think about this for a second, because there are some folk, you'll say hi to them, but you ain't coming to eat with me.
Right.
Hey, how you doing? But when church is out, we go eat, y'all go home. That's the way it works. Well, I'm inviting all my good friends to come go to lunch with me this afternoon, because my birthday is today. But then the rest of y'all, I'm like, don't listen to them, y'all. It's just y'all that's invited to come. So when you pick a person that you say, I'm going to sit down and have a meal with you and eat with you, that means something. And they're saying, why is he having intimate time with all these crazy folk that do crazy things that don't deserve to have any type of savior in their life? That's what the church folk are saying. So now we find out that it says that he takes them in, he has meals with them, treating them like old friends. Does he, and they think, well, maybe he don't know. You know that's Terry, right? Somebody go, just create a diversion. Call him over here, right? Go tell him we need this, because I'll be Jesus. That's Terry, you don't. No, not Terry. But that's us. We think like that. And Jesus said, yeah, Terry, I know Terry. Yeah, hold on, because I didn't tell you, I'm over here having dinner with Terry right now. So they're listening to him because he accepts them. Wow. The reason they don't listen to us, we don't accept it. We're not accepting of everybody. Right. If you got this and this and this, you can be in my crew, you can run in my clique. That's the way it works. If you don't, you need to find somewhere else to go. I'm not hanging out with you. But that's the reason why they're crowded around him and that they're listening intently, because he accepts them. And he treats them like an old friend. He smelled the alcohol and the sex on them and said, come here, sit down and have something to eat. Me? Are you sure? Me? Me? He smelled the weed on them. Come sit down and have something to eat. Who, me? That's the way that we think, because with us, we got people, I'm telling you, we got people in places where they know they better not come by here. Right. I wish they would put their knuckles on my door. Try to, I said, no, sit down. I know who it is, sit down. But he says, no, I want you not only to be over here, sit down with me, we're going to be old friends, old buddies. Those are the kind of people who will open up their heart and tell you all their pain, all their misery, all their woe, but they're looking first for acceptance. And the fact that the church is so closed off to accepting people, that hurts people and keeps them from opening up their heart to you and saying, this is where I hurt so much. I don't really want to cuss at people. I fight every day, but I don't really want to. The reason I do that is because, and they give you the why. But the church folks said, we don't understand that. Because those folk that you eating with, you making us mad. Because you making the church look bad by sitting with those people. How can the church look bad for helping somebody? But in our mindset, the church is a spot for certain types of people. Right. It's a spot for church people. Okay, well, how do you get in?
Right, okay.
Because if I remember correctly, you wasn't always. You wasn't always no church person. Hold on. So